Thank you for clicking on this video. If you enjoy what you see, please like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell to stay up to date with our latest content.
And hey, don't forget, check out our Patreon where you can be part of the dream and enjoy this transaction.
Yes, Chris is in Caldera. Chris, how you liking it over there?
It's really humid.
Okay.
But a nice you see to my left, my camera left. Honestly, the water it's just nice.
It's pretty.
Very hilly.
Yo, I heard. So I've heard.
But overall, there might be some people hacking into the ground somewhere.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. So yeah, so like we were saying, so Caldera, the new Call of Duty Warzone map came out. A lot of mixed reviews, depending on I guess who you're talking to. Some people like it. Some people are just like it's boring as shit. Some people are like it's more or less the same thing with hills. So yeah, that's about it. Some of the things that I've heard, which caught me off guard, I didn't expect it. So a lot of people were expecting it to run off of the Vanguard engine. Vanguard has its own engine. As we know, Modern Warfare was last year's game that had its own, or I'm sorry, that was 2 years ago. The whole thing is we thought it was going to run off of the Vanguard engine. Completely false. Apparently, this is still running off of the original Modern Warfare engine. This version of Warzone. So people like, for example, the pros out there, not used to it. They're too busy playing Vanguard. Now they go to this and it feels like it feels different to them. It's so funny because you get the people out there to complain, hey, Call of Duty, it's the same game year after year after year. But I feel like unless you're spending hours upon hours grinding and just playing at the professional level, you probably don't notice this thing,
Yeah.
And it's just that much, I guess, where it like throws them off.
I guess like the average Call of Duty player would probably not think nothing of it because I guess what really matters in generality is the same. But when it comes to nuance where professional gaming at all level lives at, that's where the details get made. And I'm sure you're making, even with the with the same engine, they're different engines, but even if you had the same engine and they were both two games, I'm sure there'd be because that's work one team did compared to another person's team,
Right.
and it's just there has to be differences.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know I was watching some gameplay and seeing multiple people playing it. Obviously, I haven't played it. There's this little indie game called Halo that came out, campaign. We have a non-spoiler review coming up. Don't worry about it, guys. And the things I've been seeing, to me, I like how bright the map is.
Same. I do like that too. I like how it looks. It makes it pop a little bit. It gives it a little more color. I think therein lies the illusion, because people were talking about, oh my god, it's like a bunch of hills and stuff like that, and I'm just like, what are you talking about? This game looks beautiful. It looks pretty. I think the map looks really nice. But I think that's exactly all it is. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just the color, the lighting. I think it's just that to sort of convince you that it's a better map essentially. Because I think the original Verdansk, I thought it was kind of like bland. You know what I'm saying? Like especially when you go to that sawmill factory area, that's really bland. So it's nice to see that pop, and I do want to talk about some of the more positive things. Like when I saw some gameplay, I saw them, there was the little planes that you could fly in. That looked fun. I saw people lighting up propane tanks, throwing them at people. I feel like it took a little more time to blow up than I would like to admit it, or than I would like. But so far from the what little bit I've seen, I want to at least try it. I still want to try it at least once.
Yeah, it's interesting. But I was surprised they went the Pacific so hard. They lean in it because obviously the World War II setup has not been a fan favorite, and I'm surprised that Call of Duty is just all in on it.
Yeah.
Do you think this in Warzone's enough to turn it around, Liquid?
No, and here's why. So
Fuck.
yeah, because it's funny you bring this up because a lot of people, and I follow the pro scene a lot more than I do Warzone, that's for sure. And a lot of the pros feel like they're not being heard. They feel like more money and time is being put into Warzone than it is into the pro scene, which makes sense. I mean, the Warzone kind of is where they make their money. That's where they really make their money at. So obviously that's gonna happen. But the pros feel like they feel some type of way because they feel like they're just not being heard. Here's the thing though, is that they feel like they weren't being heard, and now Warzone drops a new map, and it apparently pisses off a lot of the Warzone community. So it's just like, here you are, you piss off the pro scene because you're putting more attention to this thing, which is what everybody's looking at now. That everybody, now that you have their eyes on it, you make something else, and you just essentially you piss them off too. So it's like one of those things where you can't satisfy everyone, obviously, but will it fix it? No, I think they're better off just waiting for the next year's game to come out. I know it's supposed to be Modern Warfare. We still don't even know if that's going to do any good, but I think it just gives people some hope. As of right now, though, no, I don't see anything turning around. Especially again going back to the pro scene, dude. Have like some of the issues with these maps, dude. Like I've been watching some of these people play, where like so many glitches. So there's been the bomb glitch that was supposed to be fixed, if I'm not mistaken, where if someone's defusing the bomb, like you could see the bomb being diffused through the map. It's like a little, you see the bar like going down and stuff, like it being diffused. So it's just like the enemy team can see it, and he can just literally rush the bomb and kill you. I've seen that happen. I've seen where people go through like there'll be like a truck in the middle of this map, and people are just like hiding like inside. Like you can like glitch yourself inside essentially clip yourself through the map, and you can like shoot out and nobody can really see you, and apparently it's like easy as hell to do. You just gotta like shimmy your way in. Yeah, just shimmy your way in there. Yep, exactly. And then what else, dude? Oh, there was one where I was watching this dude. They were playing this guy, and what his teammate I guess was like following him or something. The dude just disappears, but you see his name over his character that's supposed to be there. You see him, like you see the name going, but the guy's just gone. So it's got a lot of issues, and it's going to be interesting when we finally do see the pro scene, and like when come February, and some of the things happen on the main stage. It's gonna be something. So to see that, how as bad as it is, and then to see people pissed off about the Warzone issue, it's just like Call of Duty can't catch a break. And I mean, it kind of serves them right. I mean, you kind of let this happen yourself. I mean, there's nobody else to blame but yourself. So hopefully Modern Warfare will bring new days, but as of right now, I'm gonna give you a fat no.
Yeah, Warzone. I saw yesterday during this debacle of a tournament for the Pacific. Apparently there was a glitch where if you win gulag fights, you still don't come back.
Damn, I haven't seen that. That's wild, dude.
It happened to Tim the Tap Man.
Oh,
and Dr. Disrespect. So I'm like, the two people you probably didn't need it to happen to, it happened to. And I was like, oh man, I'm like, that's at least a combined like 70 to 100,000 people who just saw that in real time.
I'd say who saw it in real time, and then you figure they're gonna probably post it somewhere. These clips are gonna be thrown all around the world. So like you figure, that it's gonna double that within minutes, within seconds, probably even. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I don't know.
And hashtag Chris was right. I told you this was gonna be a buggy, broken game despite itself. And I was right. And with this, and then the whole Ricochet system, for those of the guys who don't know, Ricochet is supposed to be Warzone's anti-cheat system. Right. And they boasted braggadociously. They were like, you're not gonna ruin our game. We're standing up to the hackers. This is our stand. This is our Tiananmen Square. And then they were only really talking to the Pacific Asians. Because they're the only ones that actually had this Ricochet in place, I guess, testing it out, while everyone's been led to the wolves, and there's already tons of footage on day one cheaters.
Oh, I'm sure.
In Warzone.
That's wild, dude. Like, the thing is that if you were just gonna only roll it out to the that Asian market, Pacific area, if you're gonna do that, like at least say that, get ahead of that. Like that should have been done a long time ago. That should have been like when they were like mid-development on this thing. Like, oh dude, talk about doing it wrong constantly. Talking about dropping the ball consistently. Like, dude, like I said, they only have themselves to blame. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm sure this whole Bobby Kotick situation and what they have going on is not even helping neither. So, dude, I don't know. I'm happy. Like, it's so funny because like I remember how I was like before all this even went down. Once I found out it was a World War II setting, I kind of checked out on this game. And I'm still checked out. Like, I totally regret paying even $35 for this game.
Bro, I don't blame you. That could have been $30 you spent on Halo.
Yeah, Halo. Anyway. I'm like $50 on Halo so far.
Hell yeah. Nice. But just this whole Call of Duty, just to wrap it up, it
Yeah.
just seems like this is the very beginning. It technically should only get better, but I have a strong feeling it's gonna get worse before it gets better. And I don't see, like you said, the new Modern Warfare game. I'm like, bro, that's behind. That's like in that game cycle is years steeped in COVID, and then you have then you're gonna have updates. Like, what does a more modern looking game does for this year's? Are they gonna now change a brand new Warzone map every year? Because then think about it, it's gonna be broken the first 6 months, and then you're gonna have like maybe 6 months of it working, and then before then, new map. You can't do that. Like, how are these styles gonna clash unless they just want the Pacific to be like the thing they do from now on, but the audience hates.
No, exactly. That's not gonna fly well. Yeah, the changes need to be made. That's really what it comes down to. I mean, I don't know where they go from here, but the good news is that's not for us to decide. That's for them to figure that out.
Yeah, they need to work on that, man.